My name is Mamoru Yoshimura. I'm 30 years old. I recently quit my job and opened a cafe in the place I've always dreamed of.
I'm so happy that a wonderful cafe like this has opened up in the place like this. Really? Owner, are you sure you didn't have to open shop in the city? Wasn't it a waste that you came all the way from Tokyo to open a shop in a place like this?
I've always dreamed of moving to this area.
Oh, how come?
You see, when I was at university, I was troubled about my life and went on a trip. I didn't have a particular destination in mind. I wandered around aimlessly and then I happened to arrive here. There are many tourist spots with beautiful natural scenery, like botanical gardens and nature parks. I was able to relax and enjoy the delicious local cuisine, which gave me a lot of energy. So my dream was to move here and open a shop someday. After graduating from university and joining a company, I studied coffee and cooking while preparing for this day. So my dream has come true and I'm very happy now. This town in the countryside has a number of famous tourist spots, so my shop was often visited by tourists and locals alike. For the locals, it seems a little strange that I had moved here from the city alone to open a shop. Welcome! Yoshimura, how's business at your shop? Thankfully, we have many customers. I see. Seems my advertising efforts have had an effect. Omochi-san, you advertise for my shop? Thank you very much. It's okay. I like you, Yoshimura, so I'll help your shop do well. Anyways, I'll have a coffee. Would you like a blend? Yeah. And this is Omochi-san, who's been coming to the shop since the day it opened and has become a regular customer. He's the son of a local landowner and seems to be a well-known person in the area. The reason why local people come here often is because he's a well-known person in the area. He's been advertising our shop. I'm glad I've been able to get to know him since I didn't know anyone in the area. This is our coffee pound cake. If you like it, please have it. Oh, it's on you? Yes. Thank you very much. Hey, Yoshimura, do you have a girlfriend? A girlfriend? No, I don't. What? Really? Seemed like you would. Yeah, after graduating from university, I got a job, and I've been thinking about nothing but opening this shop ever since I graduated, so I've had no chance to get close to a woman at all. That's a waste. Well, if it were you, Yoshimura-kun, you'd be able to find a nice girl around here and get married quickly. I don't know about that. I'm hoping that someday I'll meet the right person, but... If you wait, you'll miss your chance. You've got to take action yourself. Why don't you try talking to that woman by the window? You need to get to know each other a bit more before doing that. You're so serious. Well, I don't think that's a bad thing, but... I'll come again, then. Thank you very much. I was very happy having opened a cafe in the place I'd always wanted to, and the business was going well. One day, as I was about to go to the convenience store, I was called out from the parking lot of a pub. Hey! Isn't that you, Yoshimura? Why are you going walking alone? What? Omochi-san? Omochi-san. He seems like he's been drinking a lot. He smells of alcohol. I was just going to the convenience store. I see. I'm on a date. Isn't my girlfriend cute? Oh, is that so? Nice to meet you.
Hello, who is he?
He's the owner of the cafe I go to regularly. He came from Tokyo.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
Why don't we go to the shop together next time? It's a stylish, nice place.
What? I'd like to go.
Thank you. We'll be waiting for you. You're gonna be lonely at night. You should get a girlfriend, Yoshimura. See you later. Yes. Huh? Omochi-san! What? You weren't drinking, were you? Don't drink and drive. Huh? I won't cause an accident, so it's fine. That's not the point. You should call a taxi. It's fine. That would be a hassle. No. Let's think about this calmly. If your girlfriend knew you were drunk and let you drive, she'll be guilty too, you know.
What? Is that so? I don't want that to happen.
There's no police at this time of night. I said I'm fine, so it's fine. It'll be too late if something happens. I won't say anything, so let's call a taxi.
Hey, I'm scared of getting arrested too, so let's call a taxi.
Sam, fine! The Mochi-san looked really unhappy, but he called a taxi and went home. I was worried that I had made a Mochi-san angry, but I was more worried about him causing an accident. I told myself I hadn't said anything wrong and went home after doing some shopping at the convenience store. On the next day, a Mochi-san stopped coming to the store. No, it wasn't just a Mochi-san. The locals stopped coming to the store as well.
The number of customers has decreased a lot.
Yeah, you're right. This person's been a regular customer since the store opened.
Did you do something to a Mochi-san?
What?
That person hasn't been around for a while, has he? He seemed like a regular customer, but he hasn't been around at all recently. And since that person stopped coming, the locals stopped coming to the shop too. Did you perhaps offend a Mochi-san?
I see. I think I may have offended him.
That's not good. He's well known around here, and he has power. So when he puts pressure on people, they all obey. His family has a lot of power in the local area, and has the power in the area. And you wouldn't be able to survive if you were gonna go against him. It's a small town, so even if it's not true, just spreading a strange rumor can make customers stop coming. I know he's also shut down a few shops he didn't like.
I wonder if he thought I was humiliating him in front of his girlfriend by stopping him from drunk driving. What a terrible grudge. Are you okay with that? Even though you're a local, people might think bad of you coming to this shop.
I'm Sawako Sawatari. Please call me Sawako. I want to get to know the owner.
Oh, Sawako-san. I'm Yoshimura.
Yoshimura-san. So about your earlier question. The reason I come to this shop is because the coffee is delicious and the food is delicious too. I've become addicted to it. No matter what anyone says, there's no option for me but to come here.
Thank you.
I'm not saying that just to be nice. I really like this place, so please don't lose.
Yes, I did offend Mochi-san, but I don't think I did anything wrong. I'm sure he knows which of us is really at fault too. I believe he'll understand one day. I was angry with Mochi-san, who was holding a grudge against me, but I just moved here, so I had no way to deal with it. Even if I told people Mochi-san tried to drink and drive, no one would believe me. Even the staff at the pub would probably keep quiet. Mochi-san has a lot of influence, and no one wants to get on his bad side. Everyone wants to protect their livelihoods. Right now, tourists who don't know anything about it come to the shop. Maybe one day Mochi-san will realize the meaning of me stopping him from drinking and driving, and he'll come to the shop like before. I was holding out in the hope that this would happen, but 3 months have passed and the situation has not changed. And it's tough relying on tourists alone. There's even less tourists recently because of the bad weather. I guess it's difficult to continue running a shop in this area with a Mochi-san against you.
Hello, Yoshimura-san.
Oh, hello, Sawako-san.
There are very little customers today, probably because of the rain.
Yes.
On days like this, the locals should be flocking to the shop. I guess everyone is really scared of Otomo-san.
Maybe it's time to close up.
What?
Only tourists who know nothing about the area and Sawako-san come to the shop anymore. It's becoming harder and harder to keep the shop open.
Does that mean you're going to close down the shop?
Thank you for always coming to the shop. I'm very happy that I was able to become friends with Sawako-san.
Wait a second.
Yes?
Could you wait on making your mind about closing the shop? I'm finally getting close to finishing the work that I'm in charge of, so I think I can help out.
Help out?
Yes, I'm a freelance writer who writes articles about travel. My specialty is artists that convey the appeal of the prefecture. Could I include this shop as a recommended cafe in my next feature article?
You're a writer? From what I've heard, Sawako-san was originally a Tokyo resident. One day, Sawako-san moved to this area because she wanted to share the charms of the area where her beloved grandmother lived with as many people as possible. She then began writing articles introducing tourist spots and recommended shops. In the industry, Sawako-san's recommendations are very reliable and trustworthy. In fact, the articles she writes are very popular. She also writes articles on sightseeing in other prefectures, but she's mainly active in this prefecture. It's a very kind offer, but is it okay to advertise a cafe that's about to go out of business?
I won't let this wonderful shop go under.
Sawako-san. After that, the shop was introduced in travel magazines and travel-related websites, and customers who saw the articles came to the shop in droves. It's amazing how many tourists have come thanks to you! If this keeps up, I won't have to close the shop.
I'm glad I could help you, Yoshimura-san.
Sawako-san. She's such a nice person.
It's been a while, owner. How have you been? It seems like things have been pretty busy while I was away. That's true. I was worried when there weren't many customers for a while. I'm sorry I couldn't come for so long.
What happened to you all?
Mochi-san's son. I don't know what it was, but he was really angry and said that we shouldn't use this cafe, so we shouldn't come for a while. If he glared at us, my husband might get fired from work, so we had no choice but to obey him. This is the bad thing about living in the countryside.
I knew that, but is it okay for you to come to the shop now?
Well, about that, he got caught for drunk driving after getting into an accident.
What? An accident?
Apparently, he crashed into a pole and he was the only one injured. And when the police arrived at the scene, they found out that he had been drinking and driving. He really is stupid, isn't he? Seriously?
Oh my.
It wasn't just drinking and driving. People who think they can get away with doing bad things will eventually get hurt. It seems that Mochi-san was released because there were no other victims, but his father was furious and cut him off. Apparently his girlfriend also dumped him. After hearing that story, the locals gradually started to come to the cafe, and it became so busy that I had to take on more part-time staff. Later, Mochi-san's father came to the cafe to apologize. He said that his son's ex-girlfriend had told him that he'd been pressuring the locals not to come to the cafe out of spite when I had stopped him from driving while drunk.
So, did you make peace?
Yes, he even gave me some compensation. He probably talked to the people around him, and the number of locals coming to the shop has increased. My father was a very admirable man.
Perhaps the son misjudged his own abilities because his parents were too admirable.
Thanks to Sawako-san and Mochi-san's father, I was saved. I'm glad I didn't have to end up hating this prefecture.
Yoshimura-san.
Sawako-san, could we meet outside the shop sometime?
What? Outside?
Yes. I was wondering if I could ask you out on a date.
Me?
Yes. If it's not too much trouble, I'd like to get to know you better.
It's not a bother at all. In fact, I'm very grateful for the invitation. Where should we go?
How about the botanical garden, which is my favorite place?
Wow, I like it too. By all means.
Then I started to see Sawako-san outside the shop as well, and I confessed my feelings, and we started going out. Sawako-san is a writer who writes articles about travel, so she knows a lot about tourist spots. That's why going out with Sawako-san was so much fun. 1 year later, the cafe has become a popular place loved by tourists and locals alike. And Sawako-san and I are planning to get married soon.
Everyone, don't drink and drive. Just a little bit can lead to an accident. What do you guys think of today's story? Let me know in the comment section below. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!
Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Make sure to subscribe and click the bell for notifications.